Good evening. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone had a wonderful day today, a wonderful weekend. It's very late. Today is August 15th. I'm so sorry I didn't have a chance to do the video as planned. Today I want to support a great friend, a great sister who got married. And the subject of the day has a lot to do with it. Our subject for today, August 15, 2021, if you're just joining in, is love at 40, 50, and beyond. Love at 40, 50, and beyond. This is an amazing subject, and I didn't want the day to close without addressing it, because I plan to address it today. And today has been such a hectic day that I didn't have a chance to do so. So I'm trying to do it now. Today I witnessed the love of two great friends, the love of two great friends for each other. And I thank God for them and wish them a happy life filled with love for one another. And I'm choosing to start the video in that manner. It's not going to be a long video today because I just got in and I'm very tired, but I want to keep my word. I wouldn't feel well if I didn't make the video. So here we go. Before I even start, I want to thank the Creator of the universe, the Creator of all, for this opportunity. And I like to show gratitude. I give thanks for all the blessings, for even what we consider as the little things in life. I give thanks. And I encourage you to do the same daily. So the subject of the day, is it possible to find love at 40, 50, or beyond? I think yes. Some may not agree. If you don't agree with me, let me know why. I'm not getting comments as I expected to get comments from you. Although you view the videos, but you don't give me any comments. So if you're just joining, this is Oasis, your inspirational corner. This page was created with you in mind. If you are in your 40s, your 50s, and beyond, why did we create this page? To create a space where you can come with your questions, your concerns, your worries, anything that you think of, you want to get a response, or you would like to have a debate about it, anything that troubles you regarding the midlife stage and beyond. That's what we are here for, to ensure that you are having a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we are here to support one another, to learn from one another, to teach one another, and so that we can continue and have a wonderful time. So as going back to the subject of the day, Can one love at 40, 50, or beyond? I say yes. Why do I say yes? At times, either that's when you meet the love of your life, or for some, that's when they decide to get into a relationship. For others who probably had prior relationships that didn't work well, and sometimes the funny thing is sometimes you may say, oh, I've been hurt and I don't want to go through that again, but love is no respecter of persons. It can catch you out of, it can come from nowhere and just when you least expect it. So I say yes, love, one can find love at 40 or at 50 or mid 50s or later. I've done a lot of research throughout the week while I was preparing for this. And some are for, some are against it. I say love, one can find love at any stage in life. It's a matter of being willing to accept it or find it. But it's a great feeling when one loves another and that other one loves you back. I love to share experiences. I love to speak about things that I've experienced. So, how does one find love at 40 or 50 and beyond? By having an open mind, by having an open heart, and by being kind, and by being your true self, by being genuine, thinking positive, and the universe will work its magic. I'm smiling because I really think that is true. If you don't think that is true, let me know why. I would love to hear from you. I would really love to hear from you. Is it more complicated, more difficult? Yes. Why? Because I think the older you're getting, or the older you get, or every year that goes by as you are aging, you tend to see things differently. You don't see things the same way as if you were in your teens or in your 20s or your 30s. You are more settled in your ways. You know more or less what you want and what you don't want. You, I'm not going to say, I was going to say you're less naive, but I don't think being naive has anything to do with age, although the older you get, the more you know, the less naive you become. To everything, there are pros and cons. What can be the pros in finding love at a later in life, in your 40s or in your 50s or later? The first positive is that you know what you want and you know what you don't want. So you are more, I want to say, you know exactly what you don't want in a person. whether it's from past experience. You don't want to repeat traits that made you suffer or things that made you suffer. So you would know, okay, this is something I don't want and I don't want to have to deal with that. You have the right to choose what you don't want to deal with and what you are comfortable with. But in everything, communication is key. Communication with respect. You have to respect one another and be transparent, be genuine. For me, transparency and being genuine work hand in hand. You cannot be one without being the other. And communicate. I always say when it's difficult to communicate what you want to say, sometimes it's hard. Not everyone is good at communication, but it's recommended for a great relationship. And when it gets hard and when you don't want to come across as accusing the other person, it's always good to focus on your feelings. Focus on how the other person's, whatever it is that doesn't make you happy, how does it make you feel? Focus on your feelings, and it will make it easier for you to communicate with that loved one. But in a loving relationship, or in any relationship for that matter, communication is key. So I would love to hear what you think about this subject. How do you see it? Some say you love once. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. Hmm. So I would like someone watching this to tell me what they think. And this series is going to continue. Next Sunday, we are going to continue with the same topic. I want to hear from you guys. I would like to hear your opinion about this subject. So next Sunday, I would like to have the same topic, and this time with your participation. How do you feel about this? Is that true? For a minute, I just had a thought. I see love at 40 or 50 or beyond the same as a career. Let's say when you're young, you finish school, you go to college or university, and you finish, you learn something. Most likely, what your parent wanted you to go for, to study. But when you start entering a midlife stage, you realize you don't like this, what you have been, whatever profession that you studied for. And around those times, you tend to find your true calling, learn more about yourself, and you decide on a new career. During midlife, a lot of changes are made. Yeah, there's also a term, midlife crisis, that I hear often. Then it causes many issues in relationships that may end up in divorce, separation, etc., etc. I say all this to say it is similar. Let's say you were married or you were in a relationship that ended. It's always sad. It's always a sad occurrence. They even compare that to a death, the loss of a loved one. And I tend to agree because you have to recover from that separation, divorce, etc. It's very sad. It's a very sad occurrence that stayed with you for a long time. And people tend to minimize the effect, but it is real. So I find that when you decide or when are in a relationship later on in life, you do your best to avoid the same mistakes or to prevent those mistakes to reoccur. Is it easy or is it difficult? It's very difficult because you're dealing with two people in the midlife stages that are set in their ways, and it's very difficult to compromise, to reach a compromise. So, yes, it can be difficult, but in everything, patience is a virtue. So, it's recommended to be patient, to be open, and to communicate clearly. The other day, someone was having a conversation about communication, and he said something that triggered my interest. He said communication or lack of communication causes a lot of suffering, which is true, a lot of suffering, because if you misunderstand what someone says during a communication or a conversation, communication can be in different forms. It can be speaking to one another, it can be through a letter, an email, a text, which is very common nowadays. So it's good to be very careful when we communicate to make sure the other party understands and don't misread or misunderstand. As I'm speaking about love at those age throughout those stages, whether you are in your 40s, your 50s, or beyond, I'm thinking nowadays things are so different than in the past. So, yes, for the previous generations that are currently in their 40s, 50s, and beyond, it's going to be harder because things are different. In the past, when someone say, "Oh, I met so and so," "How did you meet so and so online?" People would laugh. What is that? But now it's part of the norm. Just like speed dating. Speed dating was something I personally never heard of before. But now it's a common thing. So we need to stay abreast of those changes and realize the nuances, as there are many. Is it cool to meet someone online? What do you think about that? Is it better to meet someone in person? To me, for something so difficult to happen and to bear fruit, I say it's the works of the universe. Sorry. So I'm very excited to start this topic tonight. I just threw these thoughts out there, get you thinking, and Sunday morning, bright and early, we'll have an official live. And if we don't have participation, it's not gonna be as planned. I would like to see your questions, your comments, your suggestions about this subject. I'm repeating it. It's love at 40, 50 and beyond, part 2. This was just the introduction to get the mind going. We welcome comments, we welcome suggestions, we welcome questions. I would like to know what you think. If anything that I said resonate with you, please give it a thumbs up. If not, let us know why in the comments. If this is your first time here on this in this space, we welcome you. We thank you for taking the time to listen to what we have to say. And the journey is a long one. We're doing our best to make it fun, inspiring, and I'm going to end it at this time. For those who are searching for love, know that it does exist, and it is recommended to put down all the traits you are looking for in a person on paper and focus, visualize. And before you know it, it will happen. Those who have gone through that can attest, and I would love to hear from you. Love is a beautiful thing. If we were to go to the basics, we were sent to have this human experience to love one another. The basic goal or reason for us to be here or to come here is to learn how to love one another. So on that note, I will end today's video. I'm glad I had a chance to pass by, although it is very late, but I didn't want the day to end without doing this. So I thank you, and I wish you a wonderful evening and a great week. We are already in the middle of August, so 16 more days and the month will be over. So I wish you a wonderful evening, and we'll talk again on Sunday, next Sunday. Until then, bye-bye.